Back at this here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Malolos Sports and Convention Center in Bulacan. Starting lineup for both teams. You can see Isa Gaye. How many blocks is he gonna get today?
Well, that's a good question. You know, he's going against a team that's also quite big, and they have some outside shooters. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you can see there Salem, Mosqueda, Cinco, and Senining starting for Manila NU, and Gaye, of course, at center. So Del Rosario, it will be Del Rosario, Reyes, that's Ernest Reyes. Pangilinan also getting the start here, along with Dominic Fajardo. And of course, Ernest Reyes also in the mix. So once again, thank you for joining us again. This is the Filsports Basketball Association, now on its second conference. And what has changed here, Commissioner Vince? What has changed from the first conference?
Well, first of all, we've had the addition. We're so happy to have the Manila MFT Bulldogs in our fold, you know, backed up by the MFT group. The ever-dynamic Miss Mika F. Tan has benevolently given her angel investors full reign to go ahead and support these national Bulldogs. And, you know, Coach Joey, Coach Eric Altamirano are also happy to join. And, you know, again, we have a permission now from the entire UAAP board to really all of the UAAP teams can join us.
Right.
And I guess the really big news for us is that the FBA is now a full-fledged members, unanimously voted into the SBP, and we do have voting rights as well.
That's great. You know, and the SBP rules, or SBP officials, also governing here in terms of our refereeing. As we can see, the first possession now going to the Malolos Mighty Bulsu, the Golden Gears. We have Del Rosario on the attack. It's going to be pretty difficult to discern Del Rosario from Ernest Reyes in this matchup. Unproductive effort, though.
Same barber.
Same stylist. Cinco, Senining for three. And that's going to bounce off the shot clock and out. So we're going to get to know these young players from the National University MFT Manila squad as we go along here. Here's De La Cruz. Of course, for the Malolos Mighty Bulls, a bulk of them already played in the last conference. Pretty much familiar. Pangilinan, however, is one of the new faces here, and he rings the bell from beyond the arc.
Pangilinan used to play in the D-League, and you know, right now he's a practice player for some PBA teams.
Yeah.
But he actually works for the company. He's not really on contract.
So Mark Pangilinan able to get the first basket of the game. It's a three-pointer. Here's Ernest Reyes on the drive. Reyes a little bit out of control that time, and Pangilinan make that. Del Rosario could not control it.
You know, that really shows you already the effect of Gaye inside. He's really not blocking those shots, but they're thinking about him. They're scared. Well, in other words, a little bit.
It's kind of hard to be
not the word.
Yeah, respect. Pretty hard not to respect somebody who's 6'9", known to block shots. In the meantime, here is the drive, and that one is a miss coming from Mosqueda. The follow-up, and finally a basket here for MFT NU, courtesy of Matt Salem. Nice pass inside. Del Rosario stripped momentarily. Pangilinan tries again. This time he will miss. Senining now into the front court for Cinco. Senining sees an opening, tries to whip it over to Gaye. De La Cruz ahead to Dominic Fajardo, the first of his many baskets in this game.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Right.
We've seen it time and time again. I'm sure we'll see it again many more times.
Well, Dominic Fajardo actually had highs of, 35, 33 in the last conference. Another turnover. Fajardo with a steal this time. Pangilinan now in the front court. Pangilinan stops looking for a friend. Finds Del Rosario. Del Rosario provides a really big pick. Here's De La Cruz. De La Cruz, very heady point guard. Shot clock at 6. Fajardo tries one from deep. Nope. And the crowd here really...
But that's something he's really been working on.
Yeah.
You know, that was sort of the knock, I guess you could say, on Dominic Fajardo is, can he hit those outside shots? So he's trying to sort of prove his point that he's been working on it.
That's right. Isa Gaye with a miss on the turnaround. It is still 5-2 in favor of Malolos Mighty Bulsu, and a blocking foul will be called against NU. This one goes against Rendell Senining. Actually played in Cebu before entering the National University Collegiate Program. Played for the University of San Jose Recoletos.
And we know National to be the champions of the UAAP in last year's season 77. And, you know, this Team B of theirs that's playing right now in the FBA is showing that the future is so bright for this program for many years to come.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Team B looks like it's taller than Team A.
It could be.
Senining, nice move. Oh, Senining gives up his body for that shot. Gets it to go, plus the foul.
Wow. And he'll feel that tomorrow morning when he opens his eyes in his bed.
Oh, he's feeling it right now.
Says, ouch.
Yep, his
Because
elbow.
I felt it from up here.
Yeah. And you can relate to that. How many times have you gotten hit on a drive in your career? But Senining, this is just the first quarter, and he's already given up his body once. Taking one for the team and making the free throw to tie us up at 5 apiece.
You know, Malolos is one of those teams, especially when they're playing at home. They're kind of like Diesels.
Yeah.
They'll start too strong, but man, do they know how to finish a game.
And his last touch against NU, Pangilinan has been trying to hit another three-pointer. He is 1 of 3 from there. Ernest Reyes on the inbounds now. Gets it over to Fajardo, lines up a 3. So Dominic Fajardo has missed 2 from the outside. Here's Cinco now into the front court. Over to Mosqueda, who gets the layup to go.
One thing about National, you know they're very well coached. They're going to be very basic. They're not going to try to do anything crazy.
Paul Vincent de la Cruz a little too strong on that layup. Into the front court now. Senining leaves it for Cinco, who pulls up one of the hardest shots in all of basketball, and he gets it to go.
That little one-handed teardrop that, who does that so well?
Tony
James,
Parker?
yeah. A lot of guys in the PBA now.
Pangilinan double teamed at midcourt. Dominic Fajardo on the penetration. He's tired of taking these outside shots, so he just says, I just take it inside.
6'10" guy inside?
Yeah.
Who cares? I'm Dominic Fajardo.
That's right. One of the scoring leaders of the league. Cinco. They move it around. Senining Mosqueda now inside to Salem. Isa Gaye overshoots. Fajardo lost it to Salem. And they will reset their offense. Salem, catch and shoot. Baseline J, nice stroke.
You know, the way that NU really plays is so European in the sense that they love to create those little spaces on the wings and in the baseline areas, and it really shows in the way that they attack the basket.
Well, credit goes to their coach on this squad, at least Joey Guanyo, one of the better shooters to ever play in the collegiate basketball scene. In the meantime, we have Mosqueda with another layup. So Malolos Mighty Bulsu now down by 6 points. And they're feeling the pinch early as their home crowd has gone silent. We have this timeout. We'll be right back against the NU MFT Bulldogs with under 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. So
a little bit better, 54% from the field. Malolos
right
at 30.
Paul Vincent de la Cruz knocks down a 3. That's a good response coming off the timeout. So 13-10 is our score. NU MFT still up, and Isa Gaye took his eye off the ball. So that'll be a turnover against the Bulldogs. Fajardo in the front court. Fajardo in the open court. That's going to mean 2 free throws. And the foul goes against Mosqueda. Oh, check that. It's going to be before the shot, according to our referees. So Ernest Reyes will now inbound. Malolos Mighty Bulsu down by 3. Here's De La Cruz going to Irvin Soto, seeing his first action of the game. This is going to be a good matchup. Soto, the veteran, former PBA player. Soto working inside. Soto tries to sneak one by Gaye. Shot clock did not reset, and that'll be a 24-second shot clock violation against the Golden Gears.
Once again, Isa Gaye not necessarily blocking those shots, but changing enough shots
right,
and forcing Bulsu into that turnover because of the 24-second shot clock.
Salem moving it around. Mosqueda cut by Salem, and Salem scores.
Salem being pretty effective here. Leading scorer for NU, 6 points so far for Salem.
It is a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Fajardo, and that is going to be the first block of the game now for Isa Gaye, as the foul is given up by Pangilinan at midcourt.
And he didn't have to do anything really except just stand there with 2 hands up.
Yeah.
And, you know, Fajardo just went right at him. Fajardo is very gifted, very crafty, 6'2", but when you're going against 6'10" with long arms, you got to be even craftier.
Yeah, and those gifts sort of disappear Here's a Cinco. This is a long three that hits nothing but air.
Well, you know, the air conditioning here at the Malolos Sports and Convention Center is just so strong, the courtesy of our lovely mayor, Honorable Christian Natividad.
Christian Natividad is always here, you know. Christian
Such a
Natividad,
sports fan.
He is a sports fan, and he also plays a lot of basketball.
Exactly.
During the week here, about 3 or 4 times a week.
He even has his own tournament, Republica Cup.
Right.
And it's always jam-packed. Everybody wants to join that. Probably the most sports-minded Bulakenyo mayor I know.
That's right. Here's Mosqueda. Salem approaching 3 minutes remaining here in the first period. You have R.A. Napa seeing his first action. The younger brother of Jeff Napa, who used to play for NU as well. Now we're going to have a traveling called against NU. So it is now 15-10, still in favor of the Bulldogs. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is the FBA. Back with us here, ladies and gentlemen, under 3 minutes remaining here in our first period. Irvin Soto gets his first basket in the FBA as we invite everybody to follow the Filsports Basketball Association on Facebook. So Irvin Soto, the former pro, it's always great to get your first basket. Here's the drive and a miss by Salem. He cannot get the follow-up. Salem working at it, and Salem relentless.
Salem, long arms, very active inside. Not giving up after he missed that first shot. Went back for seconds and thirds, and finally was successful.
Pangilinan on the step back is hit on the release.
Wow.
This will go against R.A. Napa.
So far, Salem with monster numbers just here in this first period. 8 points, 7 rebounds in the first quarter.
Right. And Pangilinan will get to the free throw line. So Mark Pangilinan at the free throw line. Did see extensive action in the PBA D-League, and as you mentioned, Vince, a practice player for several teams. Of course, not drafted, and trying to earn his stripes any which way he can.
And that's the real purpose of the FBA. Give you a platform in which to maybe get noticed by a PBA recruiter or even a national team.
That's more important actually for some of these guys actually to get national team recognition. So again, but of course, making it to the bigs is also something, somewhat of a goal, something that Irvin Soto used to do. Senining will reset with 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Senining gets it over to Mosqueda. Shot clock at 2. Mosqueda still passes it off to R.A. Napa. And that had a good line, but it was just a little too long.
Right idea.
De La Cruz getting it out. That's going to be a walk on Barrientos. Richard Barrientos seeing his first action. Usually gets the start here for Bulsu.
Barrientos was thinking possibly I'm going to get an offensive foul, so he kind of stopped. Didn't get the offensive foul, but he got the turnover because of the traveling.
And seeing his first action right now is Dylan Alulod. Another firecracker off the bench for the Golden Gears. That's going to be a very ambitious drive against Irvin Soto by Joven, who's seeing his first action as well. Alulod sending it to Pangilinan. Gets a pick from Barrientos. Pangilinan not shy to shoot this one. Head to the front court now, Napa. Senining. Salem moves it around to Mosqueda. Senining. Over to the side. R.A. Napa finally rings the bell from deep.
That was a beautiful showing of great passing and unselfishness by National on that last play there. They passed the ball, I believe, 6 times before they got that wide open shot.
Kenneth Reyes in the game for the first time. He is the designated shooter of the squad. It will stay with Malolos Mighty Bulsu. R.A. Napa cannot believe the call. Barrientos on the inbound. Irvin Soto, we all know that he's a shooter during his days in the PBA.
He's a big guy that loves to really extend his opponents with his outside shooting.
R.A. Napa wants it back. R.A. Napa can't get it back. Salem gets the offensive rebound. Salem will get to the free throw line. This guy's approaching a double-double in the first period, Vince.
So count up 8 rebounds and a possibility to get his 9th and 10th point from the free throw line. Salem really showing his strengths here in this first quarter.
Gets it to go on the first, so he's got 9 and 8 already. So Matt Salem,
a former De La Salle Green Archer,
That's
part
right.
of season 76 UAAP's champion.
Yep.
So he's got the experience, and once you're a winner, you don't want to go anywhere else.
well, you are now playing for the Team B of the defending champion, so there's nowhere else but up for Matt Salem. It is a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Dylan Alulod. Difference of about 4 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Alulod jumps it over. Pangilinan puts it on the floor, but lifted his pivot foot in the process. So the last shot of this first period can belong to the Bulldogs.
Just got a little too quick there.
Right.
It's called for the travel.
Are they aware of the time? Salem in time, but cannot get it to go. So at the end of the first 10 minutes of action, a 5-point lead for the National University MFT Manila squad against the Malolos Mighty Bulsu. We will be back for the second period. Stay with us.